Market analyst Stephen Daglian here with this week's Top 5. This is essentially a preview of the upcoming week and breaking things down into just 5 key themes. So let's get started. Number 1, Aussie earnings. So we're right at the tail end of the profit reporting season. This is over the month of August, where hundreds of companies release their profit results, but we've got a few stragglers out with their results in the early part of the week. Companies like Fortescue, Crown, Helios, Booktopia and Nuix have already come out with their results in the past day. But importantly, this will be a week when analysts take some time to digest all of those profit results that we've had in August and break things down into just a few key themes, things like dividends and other capital returns. And there'll also be a summary of how the major sectors and stocks have performed. So we'll have a bit more on this in the next week or so for you. Number 2 will be an OPEC Plus meeting. So this is essentially where major oil-producing nations meet. They're essentially going to meet on Wednesday, which is September the 1st. And during the meeting, they tend to make a decision on how much oil they'll produce in the next month. So this can impact oil prices. And last time they met in July, it was a very, very messy ordeal. They didn't reach a deal initially. It took a very long time for them to do so. There were disagreements. There were a number of meetings held. So while they eventually did agree to gradually increase oil production for the next year or so, there were challenges in getting to that agreement. So it's things like disagreements or surprises in what they decide to do. It's a type of thing that can certainly move oil prices around. Number 3, dividends. Now, with the profit reporting season almost behind us, that means the number of companies trading ex-dividend and paying their dividends out in the next few weeks will continue to ramp up. And this week, some of the bigger names trading ex-dividend will be Woodside Petroleum, Ansell, Oil Search, Worley Parsons, and CSL. The big one, though, the one that can really have a significant impact on the market, will be BHP, which trades ex-dividend on Thursday. Now, that's partly because BHP is paying out its biggest dividend ever of $2.73 per share. That's about 6.1% of its share price. And painting a picture here, Rio went ex-dividend on the 12th of August, and when it did, it actually fell by close to 7%. So wouldn't be surprising to see BHP be a bit of a weight on our market in the tail end of the week. Number 4 will be economic data. So the start of a new month is always super busy when it comes to the number of updates we get on the global economy for some reason. This week's no different. In Australia, 2 things that will receive attention will be a monthly update on property prices for August, and then also an update on economic growth in Australia. Now, this is backward looking. It's for the June quarter, but CBA economists have downgraded their expectations for how they think the Aussie economy has probably grown over the 3 months to June. They're expecting an increase in the economy of about 0.4%, but they downwardly revised that last week. So if there is any disappointment in these numbers, it would likely see the Aussie dollar pull back a bit. And of course, this is ahead of the September quarter, which is when we're likely to see the really big decline in the Aussie economy because of all the lockdowns we've had across the country. In China, we've got some key updates on manufacturing and the services industry on Tuesday and Wednesday. And in the US, the most closely watched monthly update on jobs growth will also be out on Friday as well. And number 5 will be stocks making their debuts. Now, things were very quiet on the IPO front in August during the reporting season, which is usually the case, but this will ramp up a bit in the next week and month ahead. So there are a number of stocks that are penciled in to make their debuts. One of them is Ballymore Resources, which is set to potentially make its debut on Tuesday. This is primarily a company that explores for gold and copper in Australia. Another called Tech Ocean Group make its debut on Thursday together with Rubicon Water. So Tech Ocean is a company that provides services for the oil and gas and renewable energy sector in Australia, and Rubicon is a company that makes irrigation automation software. And finally, Coonenberry Gold on Friday. It's a company that explores for mineral deposits in Australia. So on that note, have a great week, everyone. Stay safe, and we'll chat very soon.